How to write a professional email. Part 1, addressing the email. So email is an important part of business communication. It is critical to get it right. While emails aren't usually as formal as letters, they should still be professional and present a good image of you and your business, community, or position. Follow the steps in this to create business emails that are true to etiquette and ensure professionalism. Address your email. Type the email address of the recipient into the T field. So whoever is it that you're going to send your email to, ibutang nimo diri siya sa to, no, and then your recipient kung kinsa man ang mag-receive sa imong email. So for example, in this picture we have jamesmith@email.com. Next we have use the CC field. So optional. The CC field is used as a way to keep others in the loop without an obligation or requirement to reply or take action on the matter. So when CCing multiple associates, each recipient will have access to the list of emails CC. Use the BCC field, optional. The main purpose of the BCC field is to send an email to a group of contacts that don't know each other. The BCC field, or the blind carbon copy, allows you to send a message to several contacts without them knowing who else got the message. To add the addresses to the BCC field, just click on the field and type in each email you need to include. Respond to an email. CC. If you are included in a CC email, you are likely part of a handful of other associates, all included in the conversation as well, and the sender may not be looking for or expecting a reply from any of you. If you do need to reply, think about the nature of your response and who it applies to. So you can choose reply to sender if you just have a note for the original writer of the email, or you can reply all. Now, as you can see in the picture here, we have reply all if you wanted to reply, if you want all the recipients to receive the email, or if you just want the isa lang katao, no, imong ma-replyan, you just click on reply. I think most of you already know how to do this, no, especially nowadays nga pandemic, no. So everything, especially classes na to, is through connected gyapon, magamit gyapon ng email. Respond to an email BCC. If you have been included to an email BCC, you only have the option to reply to the sender of the email and will be unable to see the list of other recipients who also receive a BCC. So simply click on the reply button to compose an email to the sender. So if you have been BCC, meaning dili mo makita ang uban nga gisendan sa recipient, sa sender, no. So only yourself mo makita and the sender. Use a shortcut and accurate subject header. So use a few words as possible to describe the topic or nature of your email. So try things like pwede naman ibutang kung mag-apply ka, application, no? So application of blah blah blah, or leadership meeting update, no? Or kung unsa ba na imong subject dira sa imong email. Stick to a standard structure. When approaching a professional email, it's important to keep it clean, no? Short and clear. Say what needs to be said and keep it at that. You can develop your own structure that works best for you. So one example is kanang your greetings, no? A pleasantry, your purpose, a call to action, a closing message, and your signature. That is very important also. No, so you start with your greetings, of course, no. So, and then you end with a signature. Write your greetings. To keep things professional and sophisticated, always open your email with a formal greetings like Dear Miss Limoko, no? Or depending on your relationship with the recipient, you can address them as expected, either with their entire name, with the tibok nila pangalan, and the title, or just their first name. No, so if your relationship is very casual, you can say hi Jane. No, if you don't know the name of the recipient, you can use to whom it may concern. Or if you are composing an email to a group of recipients, who you have included into the T field and require a response from, greet them as a group, no, or include each of their names in the greetings. Next is to state the reason of your email. So if you are initiating the line of communication, you are responsible for telling your recipient what the email is regarding. It is important to state your purpose, of course, early, no? So walay paligoy-ligoy, no? Direct to the point. Whatever it is that you wanted to say, make sure directo na sa point, no? No more flowery words, no? So, for example, once you already compose your email, you can try starting with something like, I am writing to inquire about chu chu chu, or I am writing in reference to chu chu chu, no? So, direct to the point. Next is the thank the recipient. Optional. If you're replying to a client's inquiry, or if someone has replied to one of your emails, you should begin with a line of thanks. No? So for example, thank you for getting back to me. So no, if i-replyan ka, of course, you always have to say thank you. No? Thank you for your attention on this matter. Or di ba thank you for contacting Hilton Hotel. No? So thanking the reader is a great way to remain polite, professional, and on good terms with your recipient. Keep the body of your email brief. With business emails, the less you include, the better. Make each email you send out just about one thing. If you need to communicate about another project, compose another email. So try communicating everything you need in just 5 sentences. No, so say everything you need to say and no more. Sometimes it will be impossible to limit your email to just 5 sentences, but don't worry. If you need to include more information, make another email. No, so in the body of your email, include all the relevant information and anything you may require from your recipient. Next is include a call to action. If you need your recipient to do something, don't just assume they will know what to do or when. Help them out by clearly outline what you need. So say something like, if you need something, kung nakakinahanglan sa recipient nimo, no? So could you send me those files by tomorrow? No? So or could you write that up in 2 weeks? No, so structuring your request as a question, encourage a reply. No, you can say, let me know when you have it done. No? So instead of just saying it, no, you can ask them kung unsa jud imong gusto. No, so make instead of making it a sentence, try kanang making it a question. No, so can you could you send me those files by tomorrow? No, so ma-encourage po ang imong recipient, no, to reply nga yes ma'am, okay ma'am, or noted ma'am, diba? So nanash. Add your closing to keep your emails professional, and your email with another thank you to your reader for a formal goodbye, such as Thank you for your patience and cooperation, or thank you for your consideration. No, if you have any questions or concern, do not hesitate to let me know. No, even though usually mo ginatong ginaingon when if we are working in a hotel sa front desk, we still say it sa email. No, so this is to add professionalism. No, sa ato ang email. Lastly is sign your name. In a professional email, your signature should include the following, no? So your name, your job title, a link to your website, links to social media accounts, and necessary contact information. So all you need is just the important information on how your recipient to contact you, no, and also ma-inform siya nga okay kuan din ni siya, no, kani si Candice Smith, editor din ni siya sa Westland News, no. So those are just basic information to mabalaan ka mailhan ka sa imong recipient. So we have here sending the email, now part 3. Simplify your email if possible. Remember, your recipients are busy and they want to get to the meat of the mail quick. Take a step back and equivalent your email. Here are some things to consider. What are you going to consider when you email your boss or whoever it is? No, so use short sentence, words, and paragraphs. This make the email quick and easy to read and understand. No, so if it's possible to cut out word, no, nga mahimo siyang gamay ra, do so, no. Trim your sentences down to as short as possible. Dili na kinahanglan pataas-taason para aron innon, no. Just go straight to your point. Give your email a thorough proofreading. So professional emails require carefully proofreading. Read your emails aloud to yourself. This can help you catch a lot of spelling and grammar mistakes. So ask yourself, is my email clear? Or could my email be misunderstood? How would it sound if I were the recipient? No, so before you hit send, no, you make sure, no, nga dili ka ma-misunderstood sa mag-receive sa imong email. No, how you going to do that? You can try reading your email out loud before you click it send. No, so make sure spellings, no, are correct. Nga insakto gyud ang imong gusto ibuot ipaabot sa imong recipient, insakto nila nga ma-receive. Keep it professional. You don't need to show your personality in your professional email. If you'd like, you can let it show subtly through your writing style, no, but stay away from emoticons, short abbreviations, no, for example lol, or colorful fonts and backgrounds. So the only time it is appropriate to use emoticons or short abbreviations is when you are mirroring the email language of the person you are writing to, no, or write like you speak. This can help you keep your email short, friendly, and personable. So you don't need to kanang emoticons, no, din na siya kinahanglan, especially when you are writing application letter or email, no, na you're going to send your application letter. You don't need those emoticons and abbreviations, no. Spell it out if as much as possible, no, if there is abbreviations. And you can only use emoticons if you are quoting somebody, no, or if it's not a professional email, so probably you can use emoticons. Lastly is to send your email. Once you have proofread your email and have included all the necessary information and added each recipient to the appropriate field, click the send button. So if you're done, you've already checked everything, especially the spellings, you've already read it out loud, you already checked every sentences, all your informations are already there, so you can go ahead and send the click the send button. How to write a professional email, part 4, creating an eye-catching introduction. First, we have here use the subject line wisely. Rather than filling the subject with one or two vague terms, let the recipient know upfront what they can expect from your email. Otherwise, it may fail to make the impact that it's supposed to. To be specific as possible when supplying a subject for the email without becoming overly worldly. So your subject should always be mubo lang, no? So mubo lang. So for example, if you're sending out an application, you can put the subject application form or application letter, no? So mubo ra gid siya dapat. Next is to identify yourself right away. Stating your name and formal title or position will help the recipient tell who the message is from without the need for guessworks. This is especially important if you're writing to someone you've never met. So even if your name is contained in your work email address, letting the other person know who you are is a common courtesy. So introduce yourself first, no? Especially when ang imong applyan wala kailan nimo, no? So you have to make sure you have introduced yourself first before stating what you need to unsay mong gusto ipaabot, no? So introduce yourself first before you address your concern. Specify whom you're writing to. So the header of the email should consist of a brief but friendly greetings and the name of your recipient. In most cases, it's perfectly fine to open with a sample like Dear Mary, no? Or if the nature of your correspondence calls for something a little more formal, it's the safest to use the recipient's name alone as the greetings to keep short and sweet. Now, if you're not on a first name basis with the person, stick with their last name to potentially offend them. Thank the recipient briefly. Your reader is a busy person, so acknowledging them for taking the time to read your email is a gracious gesture. Now, always say thank you. Beginning an email by expressing your appreciation also demonstrates respect, now, which can keep the message from coming across as cold or impersonal. How to write a professional email, part 5, delivering your message. First we have here maintain a professional tone. So when sending business emails, it's important to especially mindful of your language, no? So magbantay sa unsay ginapang istorya to avoid confusion or misinterpretation. So once you've written your email, read it back to yourself, no? Again, like I've said earlier, to determine whether you've captured the right tone. Because there's a lot of kanang instances nga sakto imong pagbasa, kanang malumanay imong pag-read, but then when pag-abot sa imong recipient, murag lahi ilang pagbasa, no? So they misinterpret you. Next, we have present the most important information first. So as previously mentioned, you should assume that your recipient has a lot of their plate and make an effort not to take up too much of their time, no? So kung unsa ra to importante, kung unsa ra to imong kuan, imong gusto istorya, be direct to the point, no? So try an introductory sentence like, I am writing to inform you that your membership here in Hilton Hotel, it has been expired, or cha-cha-chu, no? So most people tend to scan emails rather than reading each and every word. So the nearer your main objective is to the beginning, the more likely your recipient is to pick it up, no? So kung the more nga gamay ra imong sulod sa imong email, direct to the point, mas dali masabtan sa imong receiver. Next is to keep the rest of your message concise. There is no sense in rambling aimlessly once you've stated your purpose, no? So observe the 5-sentence rule, no? Like I've said earlier, messages shorter than 5 sentences may come off as brisk or rude, whereas anything longer than 5 sentences puts you in danger of losing your reader's attention. Now, if for some reason you have to include a large amount of information, do it do it as a separate attachment, or make another email if you really have to a lot to say. Convey a clear idea or request. So once you've stated your reason for writing, articulate to your reader exactly how you like for them to respond. No? So if there's something they need to know, tell them. If there's something they need to do, ask them. No? So very simple. By the time they finish reading your message, your recipient should be ready to formulate a response. How to write a professional email, part 6, wrapping things up. Tell the recipient how you expect to follow up. So now that you've offered a call to action, give your reader a nudge in the right direction. A request to look over a financial report, for instance, may be accompanied by an entreaty like, let me know what you think of those numbers, or that way the other party won't be left wondering what to do with information they've been given. So after you've given all the information that you need to convey to your recipient, make sure you tell them what you need from them, no? Dili kay after they have received all the information nga imong kinahanglan isulti, murag okay ra, murag wala na din kabalo si recipient, no, unsang buhaton next, no? If it's either respond ba sila, or what do you want for them to do. So make sure you've also stated that. Sign off with a custom signature. The signature at the bottom of the email should offer the recipient all the information they need about who you are, so that there is no need to introduce yourself at length within the message. No? So to save yourself some trouble, save your custom signature on whatever email platform you use, so that it will be displayed automatically in the future messages. So if you are sending a lot of email from time to time, you don't have to introduce yourself every email that you're going to send out, no? So you can just custom it, save it naman na siya sa inyong email nga kung ano. So kung mo sa inyong email, pwede na ninyo i-save, no, sa i-save na ninyo inyong custom signature. Pwede niyo isulat na daan dira inyong pangalan, where are you connected from, your phone number, and then how to contact you, no? So just put every information that the recipient will need. Then next is to proofread your email before sending it. So go back over your message thoroughly to make sure it's free of any typos, misspellings, or unclear sentences. Careless mistakes can reflect poorly on you and the company you represent. Now, so like I've mentioned earlier, read it out loud before you send it. Make sure you don't have any misspellings or any misunderstood bitaw ka sa imong recipient. So make sure you don't have any of those and your information are all correct. How to respond, how to make hotel reservation for student group. We have here first step, get an accurate number of travelers. So knowing how many students are going will have an impact on where you stay. So some hotels have limits on the numbers of rooms that will reserve for the groups, or a maximum number of people who can take advantage of your group discount. No, so you need if you are traveling with a large group, you need to get the accurate number of travelers, of course. And then next is set a budget. So determine how much can be spent per student or as a group before you make it reservation. Of course, if you are making reservations as a group, you have to know what is your budget, no? Pila ray pwede gasto o no pila ray pwede magasto. Of course, next, shop around for a good deal. Check out a few hotels in the area you will be staying and compare the rates. So this is kana bitang what they call manganvas, no? Mag-canvas at shop around kinsa ang manay mas better deal, no? Kinsay mas barato, kinsay mas komportable, kinsay mas maka-cater og anang large group. And then next is to choose the hotel you want to stay. So once you have compared the several hotels, pick one that can accommodate your student group and provide reasonable rate. Give the hotel a deposit. So each hotel has different policies about how much of a deposit is required on group reservations, no? So of course, lahi-lahi ang policy sa every hotel. Ang uban pangayo sila og down payment, ang uban pangayo sila og full payment diretso. Napoy mostly pod sa mga hotels they ask for incidentals. What is incidentals? Kuha na siya kanang these are you have to, like, if you have credit, you have to leave an incidentals for that, so that if kana bitang mag-check out na mo sa inyong room, if there are damages sa inyong room nga mahitabo, they can immediately take it out na from your incidentals. Otherwise, if the room is kanang okay siya, pag check out ninyo, they will return the whole amount of the incidental. So that's how the incidentals work sa hotel. And then next, we have provide a list of students' names to the hotel if requested. Of course, no. Of course, the hotel has to know so that mas dali ang reservation, no, dili magkarambol, no. So this will help the hotel assign room also for each guest. If you want to have certain students to stay together, no, indicate how guests should be paired or grouped in the rooms. And then next, we have make sure appropriate restrictions are placed on charges that may be made to the room. Let the hotel know that the students in your group are not permitted to make phone calls, access the minibar, or take advantage of any amenities you might want to restrict. So of course, dili tanan libre, no. If they are going to access the minibars, of course they're going to pay for it, no. And as a group, of course, dili man siguro unlimited ang resources, no, if you're traveling with a group. So of course, you have to let them know that the minibars, if they get something out from the minibars, they're going to be charged for that, or they have to pay for it. It's not free, no. Or there are also amenities like you want the students to restrict, especially or kung naay bar ang hotel. Of course, you have to tell them bawal sila dito. Of course, kay mga students pa sila, di pwede mag-inom-inom. They're not allowed to drink, no. So next, be sure to thank the hotel after you stay if you had a good service. Gather as much information as you can from the hotel and share it with your students. So ask students to pay attention to the dress code if there is, no, rules. Of course, there is rules if you are staying in a hotel or in every hotel, no. So emergency restrictions and any other pertinent information in the hotel policies. Also inform your students or the guests, no, nga mo ni diri ang emergency exit, no. So if magkinaunsa manggaling, they would know where to go, no, how to get out also. And then lastly, be sure to thank the hotel after you stay if you had a good service. So let the hotel know you appreciate their good service. No, you can either be writing a positive online review, no, kay mo man jud ang uso karon, especially online na ang tanan nowadays, or completing a survey card, no, for the hotel. Okay, so if you have any questions, clarifications, no, since this is a pre-recorded discussion, you can just PM me, no, or i-message ko sa messenger if you have any question. Please don't hesitate. If naman mga pangutana or if there is anything na unclear sa inyo, let me know. Ask question, no. So we've already finished our discussion, no, this chapter. So I already posted the activity on your classroom. If you already checked, there is activity there that I posted. Also, this material I will be posting also um, your exam. No, we'll be having an exam next meeting. That is Thursday, no, sa atong schedule time. So Thursday, prepare for the exam. I hope that you are taking down notes, so that you have something to answer sa atong chapter exam this coming Thursday. And then also class, sa inyong activity that I posted sa inyong Google Classroom, you have to group yourselves into two, no, and then one of you should act as a receptionist to welcome the guest, and the other one would be the guest, no, entering the hotel. So how are you going to welcome the guest, no? So, and then that's 20 points. And then another one is baylo na sad mo, no? So if nag guest ka sa welcoming the guest, ikaw na pod ang mahimong receptionist on answering the phone calls niya, kato imong partner na pod ang mahimong guest. So alternate mo duha, baylo. So siya na pod ang mahimong receptionist mag-answer sa phone call, and the other one, ang receptionist ganina mao na pod ang mahimong guest, no, to answer the phone call. So of course, observe proper phone call etiquette, no. So yeah, so that is a 5-minute video, no, duration, and then minimum of 3 minutes. I think I already did. I already posted there. And then if you for your grading system, there is a rubrics also posted sa inyong Google Classroom. Please check it before you make the video, no, before you make the activity, so that you'll know how you are going to be graded. So I think that is it. So thank you very much for listening, everyone, and good luck sa atong chapter quiz.